do I feel like I linger? Linger between the words to say the words to remember. Now we're here to take control over your body and over your soul. We're gonna take back everything and lose it all. Lose it all. Lose it all. Feel it in your arms, feel it in your legs, feel it on your fingertips and feel it in your head. Just let your body go, just let your body go, just let your body go and move to the rhythm. Yeah. Now we won't go back home today, until the very last hour. We still got a few more days to slay, it's gonna get so much louder. Now we're here to take control over your body and over your soul. We're gonna take back everything and lose it all. Lose it all. Lose it all. Feel it in your arms, feel it in your legs, feel it on your fingertips and feel it in your head. Just let your body go, just let your body go, just let your body go and move to the rhythm. I wonder what went wrong today, Why do I feel like I linger? Linger between the words to say the words to remember.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, and boys and girls from around the world, and welcome to the Esport Company Division 1 and Division 2 Grand Finals. I will be your host this evening, Captain at Soka, but I'm not joined in the booth alone. Oh no, I am joined by the Desert Moose with all the boost. It's Camel. Camel, how are you doing today?
I am doing amazing. Thank you for that insane introduction. I mean, that was wow. Camel, the Desert Moose with the most. I mean, that was insane.
Yes,
Already
absolutely.
giving us the bars, and hopefully these two teams can give us a hell of a show here. It's going to be the Indiana Warhawks going up against the Johnstown Steel 1 versus 3 seeded matchup. And I'm wondering how you feel this game is going to go.
Well, honestly, so far, I can't say either way, but I will be keeping my eye on the Indiana Warhawks. Now, let me tell you why. In their respective division right now, they are going 5-2, the same as the Johnstown Steel. But with that being said, they are number one seeded in this tournament and in this bracket, so that's the team you want to look out for. And not to mention their counterparts over there in the Valorant side, for those that were here last week watching the Valorant Grand Finals, the Indiana Warhawks put on quite the show there as well. Unfortunately for their Valorant team, they fell short ultimately against the Storm. So I think they're going to want to redeem themselves on the field here in Rocket League.
Absolutely, and we'll see how these two teams got here. We're able to look at the bracket before the stream and dissect really how these two teams got here, and it was pretty much the same thing. Both 3-1 score lines here, and it looks like now the players are just about ready to go. A best-of-7 series here between the two Division 2 squads, and I'm excited to get this one underway as both teams start off with the kickoff.
Yep, 5 minutes on the clock, and game number 1 is underway, and already it's going to be Water Slice going up high, getting a touch there, not much doing, as one will fall right back down into the corner on the side of the Johnstown Steel. Now going up and high on the corner, it's Speed Demon, but will be met by J Manor, as now the ball finds its way all the way back into Warhawk territory.
We'll see how Speed Demon can respond here, but he has no boost in the chamber to make things work. Will give it right back over to Dicer, who shimmies his way inside. Now it's going to be, once again, in Johnstown Steel's favor. Another chance with this ball goes J-Man. Off the back iron he'll go, but another unsuccessful challenge, but still good pressure from this Steel roster.
Yep, both teams looking pretty well right now, but of course it's game number 1. You've heard me say it before, I'll say it again. They're dusting the cobwebs off. It's not really a feel. It's more of a feeling out process. They really don't have an aim or much control of the ball. It's just them sizing up their opponents, and so that's why we see a lot of stalemates going back and forth and constant 50-50s. We have yet to see a real development of ball possession between either team.
Well, potentially the Warhawks can respond to some of this aggression as Dicer will meet J-Man once again on top of the summit, gets a bit of boost himself, and now Cheese will work his way inside, but this ball has really just meandered around mid for a good while now. One of these two teams has to take advantage. Eventually, J-Man skies his way up top, goes for the spike down, and scores the opening goal, strikes first blood in game 1.
Now, I don't know what was more impressive here, the pass or the shot, because Water Slice was able to get up there and beat their opponent to get the touch and perfectly place that into the midfield. And then, of course, you got the terrific shot coming from J Manor, who was able to get that one right underneath the crossbar without actually hitting it, therefore deflecting their shot. That was just perfect shot placement, and because of that, the Johnstown Steel will have a 1-goal lead, nearly cut short there after that close call.
Still providing discipline on the defensive side even after a hectic offensive maneuver, and now the Warhawks trying to respond early. Speed Demon muffs the pass, just a fake to himself. T-Mon's puzzled here in his approach, but will finally get his chance with the ball. He'll potentially look for a dribble move, but Cheese has his number. Water Slice gives an inside to J-Man, who's got some breathing room here against Speed Demon. He'll loft this one up top, but a great redirection there by Speed Demon forces this one back the other way.
Yep, now they're in the retreat as once again the Warhawks are struggling to find the back of the net here. Cheese is going to get a nice pass out towards the mid, but it will be cleared away by Water Slice as Speed Demon sends this one up high, only to be found by T-Mons. Now once again going off the backboard, but it will be Dicer to get the save and clear it away.
Not a good clear here, but Johnstown still continuing with this aggressive push, not stopping, not giving up any sort of breathing room. And now Water Slice swerves his way inside. It's going to go way over to T-Mods, but J-Man inadvertently hits that ball away. And it's going to be an unfortunate turn of events here. Now moving the way of the Warhawks, it'll be Cheese, who springboards his way up top, looking to catapult this one down. J-Man, a wild, bewildering shot attempt, but he will go wide. Now back the other way, J-Man over top. Cheese intercepts it, clears it away, and still containing the defense. It's tightened up here on both sides.
Yeah, and unfortunately, of course, as we all know, the advantage right now is in favor of the Steel because they have that 1-goal lead, and not necessarily a cushion, but still something to, kind of lay down on as you see the Warhawks are struggling to even find that equalizing goal of just one. They have yet to find any type of goal or play for that matter to get rid of that buttery bagel that's on the board, that big old 0. But unfortunately for them, the clock is ticking away.
Now, potentially trying to cut in to this bagel, but for the time being, cannot find the cream cheese, but will be that breakfast sampler thwarted away as here comes Water Slice looking to take this boost all the way towards the cup, but he is stopped in his tracks. Now to be T-Mons and J-Man, both hitting each other out of the play. This is going to have Dice Air, bit of an opportunity. Off the back iron he'll go, gives it up to Speed Demon, but J-Man takes himself right into that play and stops what would have been a potential goal, and Johnstown Steel continuing with this defensive effort, thwarting off any sort of Warhawk push and continuing with a stellar defensive mascots, but they need to continue with the last 43 seconds to keep this lead.
Yes, now if you're the Steel, you got to ask yourself, what do? You only have 35 seconds left on the clock. Do you double down on your defense and run the clock out, or do you push yourself and try and get an insurance goal so that way even if somehow the Warhawks manage to score, it doesn't matter because you have that extra goal insurance. So it's really going to come down to on how they decide to play the advantage going into this last remaining 15 seconds.
The advantage right now in Johnstown Steel's favor. There will be Speed Demon popping this one down to Ches. J-Man doesn't hit that pass. Oh my word. And that is how it's gonna end like that. That's gonna maybe potentially bring us to overtime. Still 8 seconds, but you just hate to see it.
I was about to say, this is no ending. This is a happy beginning. Get ready. With 8 seconds left on the clock, we could very well see overtime, and if that's going to be a tall tale sign of this series, then guess what? We're going to be in for a long one as the final second has ticked away, the ball flowing up high, but will finally hit the ground. Guess what, Camel? We got overtime.
Yes, we do. And Johnstown, they held that lead for so incredibly long, but the last possible seconds, they blow it. Now they're going to have to work around this overtime. That demo potentially could help things out and alleviate some of the pressure, but now Dice there moving inside, skirting his way forward, has J-Man to beat, still in favor of the Warhawks. They're trying to barrel down towards Steel's Cup and get some sort of advantage, but for the time being, still 1-1 scoreline in this OT, 30 seconds off the clock. These demos now becoming more prevalent as this game progresses.
Oh, absolutely, and that's what I've been waiting for all game long. I'm waiting to see the demo plays. Let's set off the fireworks and Timons. Of course, getting those demo plays out there, but nothing having of it yet. No one able to score off the demo play, but I like that they're starting to try. I like that they're starting to make the attempt. So hopefully, as time goes on in this OT, they will be able to pull off a demo play that will inevitably lead to the win.
So crucial, sets the tone early for your team, makes that pace all in your favor. Timons looking to give it to the Steel. He'll take it off the backboard. That's going to be J-Man sneaking his way inside and slithering forward and finding the goal. 2-1, collapsing the Warhawk defense and giving them the first game in this grand final.
And I gotta say, you already heard me talk about how much I like the demo play, but you know what's one thing that I like more than a demo play is the passing play, because it's the pass plays that win the games. And there's nothing wrong with sharing the ball around, or as I like to say, sharing the sugar. And that's exactly what they did over there at Johnstown. They were able to get 2 goals on the board, each of which coming from an assist. One assist coming from Water Slice and the other one coming from Timons. Now, just a little bit more of captain's analysis, again, as I like to call it, is we take a look at the shot count, and that really tells you who had control of this game. So let's take a look at the shot count here. We got 9 shots coming from Steel, and of course over there for the Warhawks, they only had 5. So the majority of the possession and the majority of the offense was coming from the Steel. Even though it was a 1-goal-sided game in favor of the Steel, the possession was in the majority of Johnstown's favor.
And I think another thing to mention, was the fact that the Steel, potentially could have just ran this out in regulation. We have to remember that blunder that did occur that allowed this game to be even tied or even go to overtime in the first place. So, for the side of the Steel, they have to be feeling confident. They know they could beat this team. And for the time being, the Warhawks, they looked undefeated in that first season, 6-1. So we'll see if that does continue towards this playoff and through the grand final. So far, only have dropped 1 game. We'll see if the Warhawks can stave off some of this Johnstown aggression as we go into game number 2.
Alrighty, well, you already know game number 1 fell in favor of the Steel, 1-0 in the series, and now game number 2 is underway. Cheese is going to be taking this one out into the side. Timons will be the one to get the touch, only to be followed up by Cheese again, but luckily for the Steel, it was saved and inevitably cleared away back down into the Warhawk territory, and then Bright again back to the midfield, and on target it goes. It will be Dicer 501 to get the first goal.
And this is the Warhawks we were expecting to see, the aggression. And yeah, they may have butted heads there, but the result was the same, and it will be Warhawks scoring early on, just about 20 seconds off the clock. And now the Steel, we'll see how they recuperate and figure things out here towards their camp, because this is the first time We've seen a quick result here from the Warhawks looking to add insult to injury. Speed Demon lurks his way forward. Can't find the shot attempt there. J-Man with a tremendous save, keeping this at a 1-goal scoreline, but still the aggressiveness, the tendencies we've been seeing out of the Steel are now put in a damper as the Warhawks have turned up the tempo.
Yeah, and I gotta say, if you're on the side of the Warhawks, this is exactly how you wanted to start it. But guess what? It's going to be the Johnstown Steel to steal the momentum right back as they are equalizing here 1-1.
Is the caster curse? I mean, Dicer didn't even challenge for it. It was just too quick. So the Steel going to be answering back very early on in this one. So now 4:05 off the clock. Not even a minute into this game, already 2 goals. So clearly, after game 1, these teams are warmed up and ready to go. Let's see if T-Mons can back pass this one over to Water Slice, who's now going to corral it, move it forward, give it back over to T-Mons. That one a 1v1 with Speed Demon. And it'll look to pelt down onto this Warhawk defense, but for the time being, it will move its way back over towards Cheese, who's loved this play from the sidewall. He'll go back to it. He's going to go for the dive bomb play. It's a shot attempt that's wide. Speed Demon continuing the aggression, but Water Slice, he says no.
Yeah, we saw that shot go on pretty close coming from Cheese, but unfortunately for them, they found the best defender in Rocket League, but also can be your best teammate. It's the crossbar. As we saw, the Warhawks hit the crossbar on their end. It was deflected and cleared away, but T-Mons says, I'm going to make that crossbar my best friend, and catches it literally on its way down to put that one into the back of the net, and now it will be the Johnstown Steel with a 2-1 lead.
Disheveled Warhawk defense there. Once again, we're seeing blunders, seeing cracks. Let's see if they can make it up on the offensive side. J-Man snuffs that out. But Speed Demon continuing this onslaught, continuing this pressure. Cheese will move his way inside against Water Slice. 1v1 isolation play will win out in the favor of the Steel. And T-Mons once again goes back the other way. Off the crossbar goes J-Man from up top, parachuting down. T-Mons looking to continue the approach. For the time being, the Steel oozing with confidence as this game continues.
Say, I love what I'm seeing from T-Mons. They are literally living and dying by the crossbar. Where they were able to make a goal previously, by kissing the crossbar, this time they missed their shot. Unfortunate, feels bad, man, but I like the strategy, I like the attempts, and I like the ferocity on offense, not being too afraid to go for the shot, and I think it's that tenacity that has gotten them this 2-1 lead.
See if the Warhawks can jeopardize this Steel defense. For the time being, Speed Demon got him off that shot attempt. Dicer was able to get a decent shot off, but not good enough. This Steel defense has been so iron defense, but now T-Mons looking to continue that Water Slice. Another amazing save to keep that one alive. They continue the burn time off of this clock. Dicer moves his way over. Speed Demon looking to pancake that one in, but he pushes it off the crossbar. Once again, Steel getting out with the skin of their teeth between them.
Yeah, and I gotta say, this really shows the talent over there for the Steel, is because not only are they able to get the job done on offense and pick up, of course, the go-ahead goal, but now they are playing on the other side of the ball. They are doing a fantastic job in their own net, playing defense, and just as we say it, they are turning the tides and then bringing the pressure once again to the Warhawks as finally Speed Demon is able to clear it out.
Water Slice. Gonna continue this pressure. Now Speed Demon. Once again, zero boost. The boost starvation for the Warhawks has been inevitable. It's been an anemic offense. They haven't been able to find what they want. Water Slice will take that one away, but Speed Demon up top gets another shot on this one. J-Man off of the sidebar. He's got Dicer to beat. Speed Demon and Cheese right there with him. And now Cheese can take this one inside, but still showering this Steel defense continuously relentless in their approach, but at some point the Steel, it has to break. There has to be some cracks, but they're not getting decent enough shot attempts.
Yeah, one good thing and the benefit of the Warhawks, of course, is that when they're taking these shots, and they have been taking many, I'm sure when we look at the shot count after this, it's going to be pretty high on both sides. But for the Warhawks, every time that they take a shot on target, even if it's saved, they're forcing double commits and they're forcing the defense on the Steel to make mistakes. Now it's all about capitalizing on it and being able to find the back of the net with a high percentage shot.
Speed Demon gonna harass J-Man, potentially gives enough space, but not quite there. Cheese right up front, a 3-man push, very risky here for the Warhawks. One mistake, that could be a back shot here. Potentially, we'll see what happens. Dicer moves his way inside. Off the backboard, here goes T-Mons, working his way over Speed Demon. He's got the dribble moves, he's got the speed, but does he have the accuracy? That's been the game plan for the Warhawks. They've tried every single shot in the book, but Steel once again saying no. T-Mons once again saying no. And with 2 seconds to go, J-Man will let this one drop, and the Steel take game 2.
Yep, in a spectacular fashion too. Not so much on the offensive side, but the defensive side. Look how many saves they recovered in a single game.
Word.
Oh my goodness. 10 recorded save, 2 savior medals for the Steel, 1 for Water Slice and 1 for J Manor. And what an impressive show out. But at the same time, pretty impressive from the Warhawks as well, being able to put up a total of 13 shots. That is absolutely insane, but the only problem going in for the Warhawks is that they were putting the shots on, but the Steel just kept getting save after save after save, and that's where really those demolition plays and those bump plays can come in handy, because I gotta say, the Steel were looking too comfortable in their own net. They weren't forced to come out, they just kept having to play the defensive positioning, and really no one forced them out. So it's going to be up to the Warhawks to really get in there, get down to the nitty-gritty, and start playing a little more violent, some more demolitions, some more bump plays, and start taking the goalies out of their net.
Yep, we'll go back to Champions Field potentially here for what could be a 3-0 scoreline. This is the chance for the Warhawks to respond. They've needed some sort of hope, some sort of boost in confidence. We'll see which player is the one to do so, but J-Man looking to make things very interesting early on as he moves his way forward on top of Speed Team, and the aggressiveness continues from Steel, and they're picking up right where they left off, and it's just so difficult for the Warhawks to respond. They have to maybe go for the demo plays. We saw that earlier in Game 1. We'll see if they go back to it.
Well, let's see what the Johnstown Steel have to say as we are getting this game underway, and already we're seeing some of those demos. Ask and I shall receive. Thank you, Cheese. That was a great demo to watch, but hold the phone. It's going to be T-Mons with a shot on. Luckily, Speed Demon was there to get the save as the ball will go back towards the midfield. And now Speed Demon once again going up, but it could be costly as we saw that double commit come out right there in the near post. And now finally, the ball will find its way into Steel territory.
Once again, Water Slice immediately sends it right back the other way, and J-Man from the top here will take this one off, but Dice Air, great redirection play, but they have to continue these passes, gain some sort of footing, some sort of spacing. Those what the demos are potentially trying to do. Elevation there from Cheese, a Speed Demon will use that pass, try to get a bit of spacing down, but Water Slice once again aviating his way through the entire field and making it look so easy, gaining space for his team, taking away the boost, and making the Warhawk push so staggered.
Yeah, and hopefully the captain's caster's curse doesn't come out, but so far I am impressed with the Warhawks being able to hold the Steel to zero goals. Yeah. I mean, don't get me wrong, they have 0 goals themselves, but in the past 2 games that we've seen, Johnstown had scored at this point.
18. Speed Demon, no boost to work with. Once again, he just leaves that one over to Cheese. He hasn't been able to get involved into some of these plays as much as he would have liked, and Dice Air will be sent, punched all the way back towards the corner. T-Mons swarming this defensive side of the Warhawks. Speed Demon takes that one off the back iron, potentially right into Water Slice's hood. It's going to be a decent shot attempt. The double commit there from the Warhawks is costly, potentially giving space for J-Man. Another shot attempt right to Water Slice. The pass back, but J-Man is sent out of the play and interrupted by Speed Demon. These teams are back and forth, neck and neck, and nobody giving any sort of breathing room.
Yeah, unfortunately, what I'm seeing from both of these teams right now is a lack of communication, plain and simple. And it's on both sides, because we're seeing way too many double commits coming out from both the Steel and the Warhawks. So to me, the team that's going to have the advantage and the team that's going to inevitably take the win and win the entire grand finals is the team that starts communicating.
Water Slice sends this one right back over towards J-Man Cheese. He's got to work with this one. Back over to T-Mons, back and forth. As this ball ricochets across the Warhawk defensive side, now J-Man is going to be belted here with a bit of aggression by Speed Demon, but T-Mon's right back over. He doesn't have 0 boost, but he's got the speed to work with, the momentum on his side. J-Man out of the corner. He'll send this one right back towards T-Mons and continuing to burn time off the clock, but you have to take advantage. You have to use some of the space you've been gaining to steal some of the boost away. Go for these demos that were so prevalent in the earlier minutes of this game, and now Speed Demon back the other way. He doesn't have enough boost to continue the play. T-Mons whiffs the shot. Speed Demon hammers one home and scores the first goal of Game 3 after such a long time.
And finally, we see a sign of life from the Warhawks, because correct me if I'm wrong, but this, to me, seems like the very first time in the series that the Warhawks have a lead.
I think you're right. I really think that is the case. It's been so difficult for the Warhawks to find any sort of avenues into this game. We'll see now if they can hold on to this lead. That's been the question. Steel have been great at coming back from these leads and finding these small windows to go for plays as Water Slice takes this one off the corner. It's in great position for Timons, who sneaks his way forward, guarding any sort of approach from Warhawk defenders, and it's just free for Timons.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, you can't even blame the Warhawks for that. Who would have predicted that double touch from Water Slice coming off of the side and then following up in the corner only to get another touch after that? That was just pure brilliant mechanics coming from Water Slice, and there's only so much you can do to defend it. And once again, Water Slice with the assist. 2 back-to-back pass plays, and just like that, we are getting some deja vu from game number 2, because the scoreline is set at 2-1.
Wow, so quickly the Warhawks throw that lead and went from 1-0 to 2-1 in the blink of an eye. And Water Slice, I mean, he can just continue this. He'll go right back over towards the sidewall inside to J-Man, who works his way forward, and a diving cheese able to save that one away, and that could have been the dagger inside of the heart. But Timons going to continue the pressure. Another play from the top row. Here comes Water Slice as this ball waterfalls its way down right in front of Steel, continuing this offensive onslaught. The cavalry still approaching as well, and the boost is being stolen away, and Steel now can just buy for time. Love this play at a Timons, just holding it for position and giving the Warhawks a difficult time going for these shot attempts.
Yeah, and as the seconds tick away, we find ourselves in a similar position where the Steel have the lead, and they're just running out the clock, burning the seconds down as we reach the final 30, and the Warhawks have yet to equalize.
23 seconds here, Cheese. Slicing and dicing his way forward, but J-Man in a 1v1 with Speed Demon sends it right back over, rather burn more time off of this clock, and now 15 seconds. And Speed Demon will send this one back the other way. J-Man, a subtle shot, but it still burns some more clock. So valuable here for the Warhawks as they send this one down the other way. The last chance, it was Cheese. He had the chance, but he unfortunately does not have the accuracy in the steal. Hold up strong and now create a stronghold on this series, a stranglehold, if you will. 3-0. Oof.
Well, I gotta say, it was a good showing from the Warhawks coming out there in game number 3, because they were able to finally take a lead against Johnstown. But honestly, it was that 2-goal turnaround coming from the Steel that was just absolutely amazing. 2 goals in quick succession, quick rapid succession as that. And again, we look at the stats, and as I like to say, the stats will tell the tale. And once again, we're seeing the overall possession and the overwhelming amount of offense coming from the Steel, and time again it has led to their victories. Look at the shot count here. 9 shots coming from Johnstown, and if you look at the Warhawks, they only had 4. So granted that the Indiana Warhawks were managing to hold on to that 1-goal lead for a little while, they were still finding themselves inside of their own half, inside of their own net, and they were forced to play more defense than offense.
And I've loved the role that Timons has been playing on this team. Great facilitator and a great overall player, can do it all, and has made it so simple for the Steel to recognize their game plan as we head back to Champions Field for potentially the last game in this series. Let's see if the Warhawks have any sort of pride and have any sort of tricks up their sleeve, and that could be it. Card change. I'm pretty sure. Is that what I think I see right there? Am I? Oh my word.
Speed Demon has opted out to bring out the Merc. Now, I'm not going to lie, the Merc is becoming more and more meta every single day, and I'm not even mad at it. I like the Merc's hitbox personally, so it's really nice to see when, you know, players of this caliber break out the non-meta vehicles.
What an insane pass by Timons leads to Water Slice. Going right inside and interrupting the Warhawk party that was potentially going to come of this Merc pick and chat, but right now it is all Johnstown in this series, and continuing right where they left off, an offensive spree, and the shots rain true. 1-0 for the Steel as they head into game 4 with all the confidence and all the momentum.
Absolutely, and a three-game lead in a series of best of 7 will give you that momentum and give you that morale boost to only carry yourself. And what could very well be a 4-0 sweep, as Jay Manor is going to be taking this one with a 50-50 out towards the corner. Now Water Slice looking for Timon. Back to Slice, and the 1-2 give and go will find the back of the net. Now the Johnstown Steel will once again lead 2-0.
I mean, they're firing on all cylinders, and you mentioned communication. People in chat are mentioning communication, and that was the communication we wanted to see out of one of these two teams, and Steel shows it right there. A amazing 1-2 combo, and now Timon's looking to add it on here with Water Slice. They both encroach onto the Warhawk net, but for the time being, the Warhawks will stave off another offensive push and lead this one back the other way towards midfield. J-Man right in front of Water Slice's hood will be another defensive slave. It's going to be J-Man in a difficult spot, very awkward, and Cheese takes advantage, rifles one down, and the Warhawks finally have something to be happy about.
Yep, Cheese and the Warhawks said that they will not be going silently into the night. They will not be giving up without a fight, because they are once again on the board. But we have seen this scoreline come time and time again, especially in this series, that 2-1 with the Steel leading. And more often than not, it has led to a Steel victory. But let's see if the Warhawks can finally change fate as we approach 3 minutes and 30 seconds remaining here in game number 4.
Here we go. Water Slide potentially almost making another magical play there. It's going to be J-Man. Another inadvertent touch. Sends this one back towards Dicer, who sends this one. Skies it down the other side. Timon's another tremendous save, but for the time being, 2-1 still. For the Warhawks, coping with this aggression is so difficult to do, especially when the passing plays are on point, but Water Slice narrowly avoids that ball. Would have been a great poetic rhythm there, but for the time being, J-Man still continuing the aggressive push. It's a rumbling towards Warhawks net, and it is unstoppable and unwavering aggression from the Steel, and the passing plays are continuing.
And right now, we already know Johnstown is really good at those passing plays, and finally, it looks like Warhawks are catching on and being able to break those up, as once again, the battle for the midfield will go down, and now Water Slice is able to intercept that touch and put a shot on target, but Speed Demon was there to get the save and clear it away, but Cheese just got absolutely melted in the net. That was a beautiful demo.
Good demo there. Going to see more of that from really both of these teams. It's been working for both sides, and see if that aggression does transpire here. Timon's narrowly avoids that one. The Merc comes flying in, pummeling his way forward. This Speed Demon trying to get things going for his team. The offense hasn't been clicking. Now's a chance here, though. Cheese right in front of the ball, just a little too far forward. Another chance for the Warhawks. Bumping into each other. Nothing has been working out. There's a potential pop shot here. Cheese works his way inside, averting aggression, but Speed Demon blasts his way forward and makes it happen. A monsoon of aggression finally overloads towards the Steel goal line, and Water Slice can't get there in time, and the Warhawks tie this one up.
And honestly, this is a mistake that the Steel have been making since game number 1. And finally, the Warhawks were able to capitalize on it. But those double commits, I'm telling you, if you constantly double commit, you constantly put yourself out of position, it's only a matter of time before the opposition is going to put the ball into the back of the net. And just like that, we have a 2-2 scoreline.
Scoreline here for Water Slice in great position with Dicer. Able to get in front of that ball. Pivotal there. He jumps over that one. Gives it right back over to J-Man, who's got a great deal of boost to work with the Cheese. Another battle. All these drivers turning into pilots momentarily, but it's going to be a decent pass. Right in front, here comes J-Man soaring forward. A subtle shot attempt. They're not going to find the mark. And Cheese sends it right back the other way. A minute to play. 15. Just about speed. Going to move his way over. And J-Man with about a half a tank of boost left will try to send this one down with a minute and 5 seconds. The passing plays have to be on point. J-Man off of Water Slice almost finds gold, but they're not quite there.
Yep, now it's Speed Demon going up nice and high to find Cheese there in the midfield, as Water Slice is going to get the clear out towards the corner. And now Cheese once again looking for that midfield pass off the backboard, but will find only Water Slice, as once again the 50-50 from Speed Demon will send this one up high, as Timon is looking to clear this one out, and Cheese just barely whiffs that one and goes off target. And now with the remaining 35 seconds, it is still anyone's ball game.
Ball game here. J-Man Dangerous pass inside towards Team Monty. Waits for Cheese's touch. It's going to be a whiff. Giving the onus over to Team Monty. Sends this one inside towards midfield. Water Slice with the shot attempt. As this ball slowly trickles down the other side for the Warhawks, momentarily giving them some sort of potential to turn this game around. It was not going in their favor the whole time. 10 seconds here for the Steel and the Warhawks. As Teemon's going to give it back over to Water Slice. Speed Demon gives it up. They're going to let this clock run out, and they will send it down the other way. And it touches overtime for a game 4.
Warhawks managed to equalize and send us into extra time, but this is not the time to rest on your wheels, because the last time the Warhawks were in OT, it was the Steel that came up clutch and was able to get the dub. Now, let's see if the Warhawks can finally turn the tide and get a win on the board.
See if they can do just that. Teemon's looking to go coast to coast. The flip over the Dipsy 2. And the Warhawks have no idea what just happened. A shot so crispy, the Colonel would be honored. And Teemon's, the abominable throw man, he throws that ball right into the back of the net and seals this one away for the Steel, who 4-0 sweep, an absolute domination of the Warhawks. And the 1 seed, I mean, looked like the 3 seed to me, and the 3 seed looked like the 1 seed.
I mean, there's really not much you could say about that one, especially when you have that last goal coming up off the ceiling and then, of course, getting that touch. It looked to me as though they were trying to go for the flip reset, but guess what? They didn't need it. They were able to find it at the back of the net in OT and were able to take the dub, and they did so in a spectacular fashion, a 4-0 sweep, which is something that you do not see very often in this high caliber of play. Now, this, of course, is going to be like a quick little segment that we kind of like to do, and Camel, we may even end up disagreeing, but I gotta ask you, who do you think was the MVP of this game?
I talked about him previously. He was the one who just scored that insane shot. It's going to be Teemon's for me. I mean, really did a great job at both facilitating the offense when he needed to, and when he needed to step up and make big plays in OT when it mattered, he was also there as well. So Teemon's definitely my MVP for this one.
Now, you see, I'm going to have to respectfully disagree my Desert Moose boost stealing friend, because I'm going to go with Water Slice. The whole time I was casting, Water Slice's name kept coming up over and over and over again, and they were laying down the passes. They were the playmaker, but at the same time, they were making shots and goals of their own. Even in that last game that we just saw, Water Slice was up there on the board for goals and assists. So they played absolutely phenomenal the entire time on both sides of the ball. So I'm going to have to give my MVP over to Water Slice. But with that being said, that series might be over. And of course, your grand finals winners for Division 2 will be the Steel coming from Johnstown. But we got some more Rocket League action coming your way, because guess what? We're about to head to Division 1. I put those glasses on just so that way I can rip them off dramatically. But don't go anywhere, because we will be right back right here at the Esports Company.
Lights are red and there's sweat on your embrace. Just one other thing I dare. Lights are out and there's time to your embrace. Fit another dare. Lights are red and there's sweat on your embrace. Just one other thing I dare. Lights are out and there's time to your embrace. Fit another dare.
In the sky, gazing far into the night, I raise my hand to the fire, but it's no use, 'cause you can't stop it from shining through. It's true, baby, let the light shine through. If you believe it's true, baby, won't you let the light shine through for you. to the fire, but it's no use, 'cause you can't stop it from shining through. It's true, baby, let the light shine through. If you believe it's true, baby, won't you let the light shine through for you, for you, for you, for you, for you, for
Well, hello again, and welcome back to the Esport Company Grand Finals. This time, we're going to be bringing you some Division 1 gameplay, but with some familiar names. We have, once again, the Warhawks and the Steel, and another familiar name, my co-caster, Camel. Camel, how are you feeling after that last match?
I'm feeling, I want to see more. I want to see more Rocket League. I don't want to just see some sweeps. I want to see some competition, some back and forth action. And we still have Johnstown. We still have Indiana, just different divisions here. So now, Speed Demon gets the call up. We'll see how he impacts the game if the Merc comes out eventually. But regardless, Indiana playing without their one of their main starting members, that being Zenith. So the sub in is going to be for Speed Demon. He's going to get the call up. He's going to be, warm at least. He just played a series, so that's something at least to have note.
Yeah, not only that, but Speed Demon is also going to have 2 SSLs behind him to back them up. And that honestly could build to a pretty impressive team. But if we look at the other side, of course, for the Steel coming into Division 1, you're going to have at least 1 Grand Champ 3 and then 2 GC2s. So that's a pretty well-rounded team. So honestly, I can see this going either way. As already we see some light show. We see a little bit of a light show going down on the field as we're trying to prolong as much as we can so that way we can get everybody in this match and in this game, and hopefully we will get this series underway.
Pretty sure everyone's in the game, unless we forgot someone. But yeah, we're just waiting on these people to figure everything out. But it looks like should be all set and ready to go. Regardless, best of 7 here between these two teams as ready, set, go, and underway. As we just saw Johnstown Steel in their Division 2 roster make a 4-0 sweep against the Warhawks. Now, the Warhawks, a bit of a redemption story, tried to avenge their Tier 2 team. Let's see if they can do that here, but already slowing things down is going to be Combat Angel. Giving it over to Timmy. And now Merc making his way inside, but for the time being, still, both teams just feeling each other out and giving leeway and trying to create some space in the field.
Yep, 30 seconds gone and no goals on the board yet, but just as I say it, Antonio comes back from the woodwork and able to get that save to clear it away. Literally only pixels separating that ball from being a goal.
Oh man, Speed Demon line drive and Combat Angel diving for that one, and we see already how close these two teams are, even with Speed Demon in the roster. The Warhawks giving some fight to the Steel for the time being. It's going to be Versatile giving it back over to Timmy. He'll springboard his way over towards midfield. Larry, along with Antonio in front. And they'll look to clean this one back over towards the opposite side. It's Speed Demon giving it right back over to Antonio, who tries to take that one off the backboard, but it's unsuccessful. And we go right back the other way. Both teams really delivering everything, reaching into the Gucci bag as Timmy looking for the flick shot, but can't find it there. And already the defensive sides both getting tested.
Yep, and right now, just seeing how fast that these players play, I'm hoping that Speed Demon has what it takes in the tank to keep up. And Speed Demon now switching back from that Merc back over the Old Reliable in the Octane. And we also see a Fennec on the field for Johnstown and a Dami. Like I said, I like seeing the variations of vehicles on the field, and right now is going to be the Dominus to get that clearance in that one back towards the midfield, as now Larry is going to take a turn to send it over to Timmy as this ball will finally get out of Steel territory.
See if they can take advantage, but so far the Warhawk defense is pretty steadfast and creating a barricade here, and that's an awkward pass, but it will fortunately roll right into Timmy's hood. And now Larry. He's got some breathing room here. He's got a tremendous amount of space to work with as well. Combat Angel sends that one right back down off the top rope, and now Timmy gonna lead this one forward. It's gonna be Versatile up top. Larry misses the whiff, and now Antonio back the other way. Speed Demon out in front, and so far Speed Demon has looked relatively comfortable even after playing that first series and being a whole division up.
Yeah, absolutely. They seem to really come into their own, and they honestly feel like they belong in this division, and who knows, with a little bit of time, faith, consistency, and hard work, they could very well be. But now it's going to be Combat Angel to take a shot and get the tactical whiff, but a last-second defender will be able to clear that one out, as now Timmy is going to get absolutely demolished by Antonio, and now the shot on from Combat Angel 117, who is going to soar in and win this 50-50 in the air to put this one into the back of the net, and it will be the Johnstown Steel to take a 1-goal lead with only 2 minutes left on the clock.
The attack Speed Demon. That's the one player on this Warhawk team, especially considering Antonio and Larry potentially giving more faith over towards Speed Demon, acting as if maybe he is Zenith, but confidence, communication, potentially not there. You're not scrimming with this player as much. Now Antonio gonna lead this one right back the other way, along with Speed Demon out in front. Here comes the rampaging Warhawk offense, but Combat Angel sends it right back the other way, looking to go coast to coast, and Larry somehow displaces that ball out of harm's way, but Versatile right out in front, and he'll find the shot attempt and pelt down the Warhawk goal line. Larry, a great save, but it's not enough.
Yep, Murtasil doing a really good job of playing that corner, and I gotta tell you, getting the ball corner like that is one of the most difficult mechanics to actually master, is getting those corner reads. So a really good job by Murtasil to get that one out and then put it right back on target with enough force to get it up and over that last defender. And with that play, it's going to be 2-0 now in favor of the Steel.
Now, the Steel looking to gauge how aggressive they really do need to play. Speed Demon spikes that one down. Versatile out in front, gives it over to Antonio. Timmy soaring forward, doesn't have a lot of boost to continue this play, but Combat Angel still out in front, and the aggression from Steel, has been, a bit timid at times, but they've continued this offensive push, and they've made it difficult for the Warhawks to get out of their own end.
Yep, Speed Demon there just tried to get it done, but had no boost. But luckily, they had some good backup waiting on the defensive side of things, as now Larry is going to be able to take control here, but not being able to get one past the Combat Angel, as this will go right back out into the corner. Now Timmy with a touchdown, sending this one to Antonio, who is going to clear this one out and put it back into Steel territory. But guess what? It's going to go right back to Walmart. It's going into the net of the Warhawks, and that's going to be a 3-0 lead in favor of Johnstown.
Just an easy shot here for Combat Angel and Larry. Not enough speed to get to that one. And now 3-0 here. A massive ballooning of offense from the Steel, and they'll look to continue that and just make this confidence continue over the course of this series. We saw how influential game ones can be and how on a knife's edge they can come to be, but for the time being, it's going to be Murtasil giving it back over to Timmy. Takes this one off the backboard. It's Combat Angel from the top rope, up in the rafters. He finds the goal, 4-0. Just adding insult to injury, pouring salt into the wound, and making this one, it's over. 1-0 for the Steel.
Well, I gotta say, it's looking pretty good for Combat Angel. There's nothing wrong with padding the stats there. And if you have an open net, you might as well take the shot. No mercy in the grand finals now, as that 4-0 victory will be solidified as the ball will finally hit the dirt. And Johnstown coming out in game number 1 in a spectacular fashion.
And it's tough for the Warhawks. They're in a position where, Speed Demon, you can see there, just didn't get involved as much as you would like him to be for the Warhawks. And, I ask you this, do you think that potentially Speed Demon should just go for, a more aggressive style, potentially, getting that goalkeeper away from that defensive line? You mentioned it before, making it difficult for those saves to come in. You know how good Combat Angel is on this defensive side, the saves he can make for himself and the miracles that can happen on this Johnstown side. What do you say to Speed Demon? How do you make him play at a more efficient level?
Honestly, when you're coming up clutch like this and having to play up literally in an instant, just being brought up at the last second, there's really not much that you can do. The best thing that you can do is really adopt a supportive role for both Larry and, of course, Antonio. So that's going to be a lot of three-mans playing, being the anchor, playing back a little bit, and then letting Larry and Antonio do a lot of the work. But with that being said, if, of course, Johnstown is going to pick up on that and they're going to be doing a lot of coverage on those two players, then it's really going to be up to Speed Demon to be more of a nuisance, kind of like get those bumps and demo plays that we were talking about earlier, maybe get more clears and send the ball more towards the midfield, so that way both Larry and Antonio will be able to do a little bit more on the offensive side. And as we get ready to get game number 2 underway, it's going to be early offense for the Warhawks.
See if they can use some of this early offense. A difficult touch there from Timmy. And Antonio, an early shot there, trying to get some shots on the board. Murtasil with a good save, though. Now Combat Angel sends this one the other way along with Timmy and Speed Demon. Back to the faithful. The Merc comes back. It must be a comfort pick.
Yeah, either that or they're just trying to do what they can to keep up with these vehicles, and sometimes, you know, of course, with the Merc hitbox, it makes it a little easier to win challenges and to win 50-50s. So maybe that's the strategy that they're going for when they're playing a little bit above their pay grade. As now Timmy is going to be taking a shot here, but will find the crossbar.
No!
But also find their teammate, and once again, they find the sidebar. As we've said, the crossbar is a double-edged sword. It's not going to be your best friend or your worst enemy.
Oh, the ricochet there. Each member from the Steel tried their damnedest, but it was not meant to be, and Combat Angel had a decent touch. Now it's going to be Combat Angel, leaving that one over towards the corner. Now Larry out in front. Antonio as well with this boost in the chamber. The Warhawks trying to solidify some sort of advantage. They've been few and far between. But now Timmy leads this one down towards Mert. Gives it out in front, and once again this ball floats around towards mid, and the Steel taking full advantage of each and every opportunity they're given.
Yep, now Larry taking this one out to the corner to get the double touch, but it's Timmy with the great read and now has an open net all the way downfield, and it will be on target, and Timmy is going to get this one from their side of the field all the way into the opponent's net. What a shot. Barely getting off of that side post, and like I said earlier, the side post can be your worst enemy or your best friend.
Well, it's the fourth man here for Johnstown, as momentarily they'll have this lead and look to stay with it. It's now Timmy giving it over. Mert right in front. Larry, an extended save, keeps out of harm's way, and for the time being, Combat Angel with an absolute beam of a shot. Larry sends that one towards the corner, but the offense is relentless, and Mert continue with the aggression. Timmy out in front as well, a very aggressive three-man push, and this could result in a shot down the other way, but Johnstown, they're prepared and ready for it, but now they're prepared for Larry, who goes forward, but it's put away once again.
Yeah, we're just seeing, again, unfortunately, that lack of synergy coming out from the Warhawks, and it's not because Speed Demon is any less value of a player. It's just because I imagine that they didn't get a lot of practice and a lot of prep work before having to step up into this game here. But Speed Demon getting the job done on defense is able to get a save to send that one out into the side, and now back into the middle it goes as Combat Angel is going to hit this one out into the corner, and now finally it will be Larry and Antonio to get a pinch to send this one right back to Johnstown.
Warhawks looking to foil the plans of the Steel as now Mert gonna move his way over, shimmy his way inside, but Antonio snuffs it out as it tracks. For the time being, Combat Angel is continuing to lead this offensive line, creating easy opportunities, but defense has tightened up on the Warhawks end, and they've done a decent job at limiting the amount of chances Johnstown have been going for. So for the Warhawks, we'll see if that continues. Larry sends that one towards the far side, and it really just feels like they're playing in their own half and they can never get out. It's so difficult as the Steel are playing so well on the defensive side, and the demos must be an answer.
Yeah, the demos honestly might just be the only answer, because right now the possession game coming out of the Steel is nothing short of phenomenal. They have a lot of ball control and they don't give up possession easy. So the only way to counter that is to get rid of them entirely. But right now it's going to be a follow-up shot from Timmy, as once again we see that ball control as they're able to take possession of the ball and then keep it with inside the Warhawk territory, as finally Larry is going to put this one off of the backboard and it will hit the waterfall. Antonio now with the shot on target, and it will find the back of the net, and finally for the Warhawks the score drought is officially over.
And Antonio, the ultimate opportunist there after the missed touch there with the waterfall, ties things up at 1-1. We'll see now if there is a response from the Steel and if they deal with this Warhawk push, and that's going to be Mert moving his way inside. Timmy gets demoed out of the play, so for the time being, man advantage for the Warhawks, but they got to use some of the space they've accrued, and it's so difficult with the way that Steel have been playing so aggressively towards this offensive side. Moving inside is going to be Timmy, and Larry says no. And a blowout there towards the defensive side, narrowly resulting in a goal. But 30 seconds ago, both these teams still neck and neck as Speed Demon. He's been quiet a majority of this game. Can he pop off when it matters most? Here comes Mert, looking to go coast to coast. It's a double commit there, trying to get something going with a two-man game, and now Larry, he's got 40 boosts left in the chamber. He'll give up position for the time being. Over back towards Antonio. Out of the corner he goes. Mert misses. Combat Angel is there. 10 seconds left on the clock is now Combat Angel in a 1v1 there with Speed Demon both isolating themselves in front. And now it's going to be Antonio. With 3 seconds to go, 60 boost left in the tank. He's got Larry right there in front of him. And Timmy, he's there with the save, and this should touch the ground eventually, unless Speed Demon keeps this one up. It's going to be, for the time being, Timmy keeping this one alive for Johnstown, but eventually Larry touches this one home. We go to OT.
Yeah, that was honestly the smart play there as the ball was finding its way back into Warhawks territory. I don't blame Larry at all for just killing that one instantly and sending us into extra minutes. Is now Antonio is going to be sending this one back up to Larry, as the ball will take its time and stay for the meantime in Warhawks territory, as Larry is going to send this one out into the side, only to find Combat Angel, and now Antonio coming up Main Street to get a piece. Combat Angel is going to hit this one back, looking for a teammate. Will find Murtical, and now Murtical with the long booming clear is not able to pick up the double touch, but will send this one back to Timmy and Combat Angel in their half.
Warhawks can respond right here, right now. Speed Demon continuing to put himself in front of these shots, and now Timmy looking to feather this one forward. He'll flick it over Larry, who's able to get that pass over towards the side, and Mert out in front, continuing this defensive hold. 55 seconds here, continuing as this clock goes up. Larry puts this one over towards Antonio. It's a freebie. Nobody's back, and the aggression finally comes back to haunt the Steel, and they'll lose game 2 off of OT, and that one blunder comes back to bite them there in regulation. Now in overtime, the Warhawks take advantage, and we'll tie this series up.
Yep, and that was just a good heads-up play coming from the Warhawks there, turning their defense into offense and being able to get that fast break and send it right back into Johnstown's net, making it, of course, the 2-1 game that will fall in favor of the Warhawks. Well done, and once again, just to even boost my own ego for a second, it was the pass plays to win the game. Look at this, 2 assists coming from Larry and a well-deserved MVP medal, because not only did they have 100% goal participation, but they were able to recover 4 saves as well, giving themselves a saver medal. So clearly Larry being able to play both sides of the ball, getting the job done on offense and defense with a well-deserved MVP medal. And then now, just to further a little bit of the captain's analysis, let's look at the shot count. As we can see already, there is 12 shots on the side of Johnstown. So more often than not, the higher shot count will lead inevitably to a win. But this time, it was the defense that did the work for Indiana, as they only had 6 shots on the board, but they had the higher shot percentage. And again, big, huge kudos to Larry in getting those 2 assists, which more than likely and more than willing is what gave them that win there in OT.
Well, from OT now into game 3 we go. Very pivotal game 3, as Mert will go over and try to make something happen along with Combat Angel and Timmy and win that game 1 and narrowly lose that game 2 in overtime, and now look to put the pedal to the metal and make something happen on this offensive side early on into game number 3. And for the Warhawks, it's about continuing what you started in overtime, using that sort of slow, methodical pace to find these openings and make Steel pay for their over-aggression.
Yep, and already now, don't get me wrong, I like what they were trying to do, but they were just a little bit too speedy on that last play. The Steel were going for the double commit demo play, but unfortunately the ball was going a little bit too fast to keep up with, and that's just going to be a wasted attempt, as now the Warhawks will take back possession.
Back possession, and Larry gets bumped by his own teammate there, and he had no more boost to complete the play, so bit of a blunder there. Timmy off the feed from Merc, can't find the angle as Speed Demon gets out in front, and that big bulky Merc doing wonders there. The Speed Demon out of the corner he'll go. Mert out in front, finds the angle. This will lead right back over towards the Seal. So for Johnstown, taking things slow and methodically here for this game 3 and playing this possession style and making the boost hard to deal with, is now Combat Angel gonna send this one inside. The flick over Larry is pure, and Combat Angel stuns the Warhawk defense and makes this one 1-0.
Yeah, Combat Angel coming in with a little bit of what I like to call finesse, being able to balance that one on their car, and then of course following that up with a simple swish and flick to put it right in, and it's going to give Johnstown the 1-goal early lead.
Mert trying to continue this push. Timmy out in front as well. 3:33 left to go in this game. Seeing as the game progresses, as the series has progressed, Speed Demon has looked a lot more comfortable in this third man role. We'll see if that continues, but Mert, an insane pass, sneaks its way over Speed Demon. Timmy in a 1v1 with Antonio, and crucially, the Warhawk defender wins out. But Mert still has tremendous spacing inside, and Combat Angel weaves his way through traffic and scores. Finagles his way through the entire Warhawk defense, and it's another difficult situation for Warhawks, and the Steel take advantage.
Yep, once again, it was Murtical doing the dirty work out there in the corner, being able to get past not one, not two, but all three defenders in order to get that pass out and literally leave it for Combat Angel to tee off and put the ball into the back of the net. Now 2-0 in favor of Johnstown, and they are not done yet, forcing Antonio to jump up and get that last-second epic save.
All it takes is one early goal, though, from the Warhawks. Still plenty of time in this game, just about 3 minutes, as Antonio gonna leave this one down for Timmy. Looking to continue these dribble moves, and it's been so difficult for the Warhawk defensive side to figure things out, and now Antonio leads that one forward. Combat Angel out in front, who's done everything on both ends of the floor and has made it so easy for the Steel to find these opportunities.
Yeah, and I like that, you know, Johnstown's not playing polite right now. And it's somehow again Murtical to come up with the two-clutch epic save in order to clear it away. Murtical absolutely popping off on defense, and they will be the one to get the clear to send this one right back to Warhawk territory.
They lead that into an offensive possession. It looks like the answer was no. Speed Demon sends that one down towards Larry's hood, but he can't find the mark. Johnstown continuing to hold on to this crutch, a 2-goal cushion. They put themselves in. Mert off the back iron. Antonio in trouble. Timmy leads that one back over towards the dominance. It's Larry out in front against Combat Angel. Wins out in the 50-50. Antonio misreads it. Speed Demon's there, but he can't find the target. And back the other way, it's sent down a shipment for Johnstown, who still hold this 2-0 lead with 1 minute and 36 seconds left to go. Every second matters. And for the Warhawks, they've been struggling on this offensive side as that shot rims off the crossbar.
Yes, right now the aggression is coming in clutch for Johnstown, but they have to be careful because too much aggression could lead to an open net opportunity for the Warhawks. And trust me, they have been looking, they have been waiting, and they will capitalize on the smallest mistake. So Johnstown has to be insanely careful at the midfield if they do not want to give up this 2-goal cushion.
Johnstown getting to prowl their way inside as Mert takes the demo as well. Adding insult to injury is Timmy looking for the shot attempt. Combat Angel wasn't expecting the space he had, and it's going to be unfortunate. But Timmy, he takes the waterfall inside, and with 50 seconds to go, Mert, he can ice this one away. Antonio right in front. It's the back pass towards Combat Angel, who's out in front. He'll send this one over top. It's the mind games against Speed Demon. But he's not going to be fooled by the antics, the shenanigans that Steel have been playing with, toying with their opponents and looking to gain a 2-1 edge in this series, playing the time with 30 seconds to go. As long as, you know, a disaster doesn't occur, this really should be Steel taking this one away with the time they're wasting.
And it's starting to seem that way because they are forcing the Warhawks to play continuous amounts of defense and coming up again with save after save, not giving them any opportunity to play offense at all, as finally Larry will find a little bit of daylight here, but it may be too little, too late, as the remaining 5 seconds will tick away. And with this 2-goal lead, it looks like the Johnstown Steel will once again take the game, and now it will be a 2-1 scoreline overall in the series.
2-1 here for the Steel, and this next game is going to be crucial for the Warhawks to tie things back up and put themselves in a decent position with the momentum. And once again, Speed Demon just having to play this third-man role, and potentially he's not used to this type of action, but Timmy, he's embracing it. 116 points, it does not matter. You know, he's just playing a role. He's getting those shot attempts when he can, and he's finding passes down towards the other side. Mert and Combat Angel getting a save each for themselves, and Mert as well, but 2 assists. So really being a good facilitator, a good shot creator, and doing everything on the pitch right now for Johnstown.
And honestly, that's the type of rule that we were talking about that Speed Demon should adopt as well, because that's a lot of hustle points that's coming out, of course, from Timmy and Speed Demon playing those supporter roles, really doing a lot of hustle work by getting clears, aerial touches, 50-50s, all the hard work that they don't even get to put up on the board, and not to mention demos, which personally, I think demos should be a stat that gets kept track of. But when we're talking about this game that just went down, of course, it was the Combat Angel 117, who was an absolute blessing to their team, coming up with 2 goals. But we cannot forget about Murtical, who was able to come up with 2 assists on the board and still maintain that MVP medal with a lot of hustle points of their own. So we're seeing a lot of talent come out from Johnstown and a lot of teamwork and team plays that is paying off in major ways.
Yeah, it looks like we're just waiting here on a car change. Speed Demon left the game, so I'm assuming he's going back over towards. Oh, actually, okay, so we're having a sub, is what I'm being told. So Speed Demon is out, and I'm assuming it was the sub that we were supposed to get. There's a lot of different subs, sub of a sub of a sub. So now we're bringing in Cheese, and we're just gonna we're cycling through the whole roster right now.
Okay, we're gonna
Okay.
bring Cheese in, and I gotta say, Cheese did come up clutch in
Mm-hmm.
their games in the previous division. Now, again, we're gonna have to see how they are going to play and how they're going to adapt playing up a division. But with that being said, once again, we have that old dilemma for the Warhawks is that they're bringing in an entirely new player that they don't have a lot of practice with, and at least when they had Speed Demon in, they were able to warm up with 2 games, having them on their squad. Now 3 games. But now you're starting all over again with a brand new player, and I wonder how that's going to affect the Warhawks going into this game.
I gotta commend Antonio and Larry for playing with a new third every other game. This is difficult for the Warhawks, but you have to make do. In Combat Angel looking to crush this party early on for the Warhawks as they're gonna gain Cheese, and Antonio goes back to the demos there on top of Merton. That's what you want to see more of.
And you know what? I want to see more of those demos too. Antonio not being polite at all and getting that early demolition there in the midfield. And here comes another one. Murtical is going to return the favor on Antonio, and we have a good old-fashioned demolition derby.
Good old-fashioned bar fight between these two teams, taking blows at each other, and now it's going to be Larry swerving through the defensive line, and Mert's got no idea, and that's what you want to see out of your main man. Larry makes it happen and eludes the entire defensive side and scores the first goal of the game.
Honestly, left the defense in the dust. Larry was just being oh so speedy, getting up the sidewall and then onto the ceiling, following it right back down with the shot, all in quick succession without making a mistake. That type of speed and that type of accuracy is very dangerous. If I was on the side of the Johnstown Steel, I'd be keeping my eyes out for Larry.
So if they do end up doing that, there's Cheese, the new player who just subbed into this one, is that ball will be waterfall down. Mert going right back over to the demos, but you can do, I can do better. And now Larry looking to go coast to coast, send this one all the way downfield, but Timmy smartly able to get it out in front, stop that play from developing. So far, the Steel, after that early goal, coming the way of Larry. Seems like things have settled down for the time being, and now the Warhawks are in control, and that was a chance for Antonio, but just didn't have enough boost to work with it. Now Timmy out in front. At the corner he'll go, but he sandwiches that one right in front and actually stops momentum of the ball and gives it right back over to Antonio.
Yep, and with 3 minutes and 30, the Steel have yet to score, which is something pretty uncharacteristic for their team so far. It's not often you see them with a 0 on the scoreboard, and just the idea of them being shut out, I think, is making them play just a little bit nervous and a little bit not unorthodox, but a little bit unorganized.
No, unorganized. Great word to use there. It seems like just a bit flustered. That shot could potentially rain true, but Cheese says no. Mert out in front, and he leaks by the entire defensive line. The Warhawks had no idea. And after that shot, outside towards the corner from Cheese, gets it away, but Timmy, once again, being that third man, just scrappy in front of the goal line, and makes the Warhawks pay.
Yeah, but now the Johnstown Steel are getting things right back in rotation. The formula is being brought out once again, and they were able to get a nice clean pass play from out the corner. One, of course, playing the left lane, and now Timmy's going to take this one right up the midfield and take this one directly to the goalie. Getting a nice flick here, not just over Larry, but over the goalie as well. A 2-defender flick, well done by the Steel to once again make the scoreline a nice 2-1 in their favor.
We saw this in the last divisional grand final where it was 1-0 for the Warhawks, and then it was a complete turnaround. Now, Combat Angel nosedive save somehow keeps that one down and continues the action for us here. 2-1 scoreline for Johnstown as each and every single member of Johnstown stepping up in a big way. And it's going to be Antonio sending this one down, but Combat Angel says no. He's been the main man on this defensive side. Larry pulling on every single trick he's got in the book, and Cheese making his way over. And the aggression will finally be snuffed out. It's going to be Mert right out in front, and Larry extends and saves another shot attempt there from the Steel.
Yeah, the Steel have definitely tightened the screws a little bit. They have definitely gotten a little bit more strict with their rotations. It's not as freeform as it was earlier, and it's starting to pay off as now. It will be Murtical to put this one on target from the pass from Combat Angel. And I have got to say, the corner plays coming out from the Steel is nothing short of impressive.
Yeah, it's been their bread and butter. It's what they turn to when they need a score, and they find it there. So much space for Mert and the rest of the team to work with, and that has to be the difference maker. Is Timmy gonna get out in front and almost find a goal off of that kickoff, and Larry, fortunately, one of the Warhawk fans from the right place at the right time. And let's see if the Warhawks can try to gain some footing into this game and create a bit of noise. 1-3 here as Timmy has a good amount of blues to work with. He'll move his way over. Right back over to Combat Angel. They butt heads and gift over this ball to the Warhawks, who need to start using these possessions more wisely.
Yeah, honestly, you don't want to fall into a pattern of just give and take, where you just constantly volley the ball from one side of the field to the other, constantly giving away possession. You want to take possession, you want to make smart plays with it, and you want to keep the ball out of the hands of the opposition as much as possible. Now, on the side of the Warhawks, they have a little over a minute to try and score 2 goals as Cheese looks to get past the defender, but will not, as Timmy will be able to get the epic save as Antonio is looking for Larry in the midfield, but the defense will hold strong for the Johnstown Steel.
Score sometime sooner rather than later is the game plan for the Warhawks, but Mert gonna look to buy time. He's got the musty as well. Everything be used to give Timmy an absolutely sensational shot, and he comes out of the rearview mirror and strikes Holy Iron Top. The Naval Fleet barreling down in front of the Warhawks net, and they have no idea it is coming. The unstoppable force, and Timmy strikes 4-1.
I gotta say, Murtical is putting on a show right now as the playmaker. Now, normally when you see someone bust out the musty flick, it's to score a highlight reel goal. But Murtical says, I can score highlight reel passes with a beautiful musty flick going off the back wall, leaving a wide open shot for their teammate to come in and put it into the back of the net, giving their team a 3-goal lead. Murtical definitely showing off their mechanics even in the passing game.
And I'm not really that good at math, but even I know 20 seconds, 3-goal lead doesn't seem like anything is going in the Warhawks' favor. And those demos, we saw it in the beginning of the game, but it never continued. That was the problem I really felt for the Warhawks. I'm hoping, for the Warhawk fans, we can see some sort of fight, some sort of energy from this team, as that was when they were at their strongest, when those demos were flying forward, when the space was being created in mid to go for those passing plays.
Well, the Johnstown Steel will keep the momentum in their favor, as once again they will pick up yet another win, doing an extraordinary job on defense. Let's take a look at these saves. 8 saves coming out of Johnstown, and on the other side for the Indiana, they only were able to get 4. And once again, we see that scenario where the shot count is in the favor of the losing team, unfortunately, because more often than not, the team that's taken the most shots is winning the most challenges and is scoring the most goals. But here, that was not the case. You only had 8 shots coming out of Johnstown, but they were able to make 4. They were shooting at 50%. That is absolutely insane. Even for RLCS standards, shooting 50% is insanely good. So good on Johnstown to be able to shoot at such a high percentage. And then over there on Indiana, I think that's something maybe they need to adopt, where they can take those shots but also find the back of the net, because if they're making 50% of their shots, they're going to be winning this game.
And I mean, we mentioned, Timmy was that third man for this roster, but this time around, he comes out and really was just venomous, did not care for human life on the opposite side, and was able to pop off and be at the top of the scoreboard there for his team. As now we head into a deciding game for the Warhawks. You lose here, you are done. Your grand final run, your journey is over. And Cheese narrowly scores there, but Combat Angel took a step back in that last game. Otsuka, we'll see if that does end up changing when Antonio leads us one in front, but Mert says no.
Yep, Miracle once again coming in clutch on the defensive side of things, as Combat Angel is going to win the 50-50 to send this one down to Timmy. And now a little bit of a friendly pinch there is going to send this one over to Antonio and Larry at the midfield, as Larry will win the 50-50 and get past Miracle, but Combat Angel there to play a little bit of backup, but a unfortunate flips bad man in the net is going to allow this ball to roll right on by and give a 1-goal early lead in favor of the Warhawks.
Deja vu for the Warhawks here, but this time around they have to hold on to this 1-goal lead. They have to build on this pyramid. We'll see if they do end up doing that. The demos will help, especially getting rid of Timmy, one of the players who's been harassing Larry, making it difficult for Antonio to find these passing plays, and Mert almost gives Larry another shot attempt there. It's going to be Mert down the other way. Does Antonio have enough boost there? He does not! And he almost scores it himself. It's difficult there and just not enough in the tank to get to that ball.
Yeah, this is one of the most painful moments for a defender, is when you're giving it everything you got, you're in back rotation, and you're literally extending yourself to get just the smallest touch on the ball in hopes of getting the save, but it's just not enough and it goes inside of your own net. So technically it's an own goal, but I gotta say I feel for the defender on that play.
Great effort there. Not going to plan though. Let's see if they can rewrite the script here for the Warhawks as the Steel once again tie things up very quickly and swiftly in this series. There's now Mert out of the corner. Giving some dribble moves here to Cheese and Antonio. Larry the like as well. Gonna pop this one up in front. He's got a lot of boost to play with. He'll send this one out of the corner, trying to take a page out of the Steel's book in that corner. Hasn't been used as much, and credit that to the Warhawks, shutting down that midfield line and making it difficult for the Steel to find angles.
Yeah, and right now I like the strategy that's coming from the Warhawks. Constantly make the Johnstown Steel play defense so that way they cannot play any offense. But finally, it will be Johnstown to break out of their own half and now putting a shot on. But Antonio was able to stop the slow roller and send this one back towards the midfield, and also dodging the danger, as it looked like the Steel were looking for some demos on Larry.
Rampaging and trampling his way forward is Antonio. He goes low. It's a baseball pass right down the uprights and right between the eyes. And the Warhawks regain the lead at 2-1.
Yep, this was a 50-50 choice, either to play low or play high. And unfortunately, for the side of the Steel, they made the wrong choice. And it just, once again, one of those feel bad moments, because Combat Angel jumped right clean over the ball on what honestly could have been an easy save, but like I said, it was a 50-50 choice. Unfortunately, they landed on the wrong side.
Back in this situation here for the Steel, they've responded quickly before. It's going to be a pass there for Mert over to Combat Angel. They can't get the touch he wanted on it, so we'll give it over to Timmy. Systematic approach here from the Steel. Did a great job at limiting the chances of the Warhawks up until this point. Here's a chance for Mert. Takes that one off the backboard, and it'll ricochet out of the corner as Larry looking to go coast to coast. He's got no one near him. All the space in the world, and it will be Larry coming up big there, 3-1. Just rides that wave of momentum into the net.
Yep, and finally it starts to seem like we have a pulse, we have a sign of life from the Warhawks, because for the first time in this series, they have a 2-goal lead, an insurance goal, literally just seconds before the 2-minute warning. So if they are able to keep up this momentum, if they are able to hold their own for just another short 2 minutes, they could take the game and they could take a win away from the Steel, holding their chances for the grand finals as we get ready to continue this game on, and game number 5 is still very much alive.
Steel adapting, resorting to these demo plays. It's going to be Mert giving that one back over to Combat. Mert once again going for these touches, but Larry out in front. And Dipsy-Doo not going to work there. 3-1 for the Warhawks. It's going to be Larry bringing this one down out in front. And an aggressive Steel. Have to be careful. Over pushing, getting over eager, overzealous as Larry. He'll send this one down. Didn't even get a touch on it. Just gives it over to Cheese, who's had a much bigger impact in this game and has really been a great third man, second man option for this squad, as now Timmy gets shut down, and each and every single time the Steel go for a chance, the Warhawks are right there to meet him.
Yep, and just over a minute left to play, still 3-1 in favor of the Warhawks. And so far during this series, whenever the Steel were able to go up 2-0 and have that cushion, that insurance goal, they did not give it up. So it could be the same story for the Warhawks as we get 50 seconds left on the clock. And now Combat Angel is going to hit this one right back into Warhawk territory, doing a little bit of finesse, but not able to get past the remaining defender. But that demo coming out from Timmy onto Cheese is going to give Larry the opportunity they need to take this one right back to Johnstown.
Just looking to buy time, buy space. Cheese potentially looking for another goal as well. And with 30 seconds to go, you got to score right here, right now. Literally, if you want to have a chance at this, the time is not on the Steel side, and the Warhawks know it. And they're going to look to really put the heat-seeking missiles on, and now slam onto the gas pedal. That will loft over towards Combat Angel, who steps out in front. And it's going to get interesting. 11 seconds, 3-2. Anything can happen.
And this game is not over yet. 11 seconds definitely in the favor of the Warhawks. But like you said, anything can happen. And we have gone from the area of impossible now to just improbable. It all comes down to this last 10 seconds. Now Timmy with an opportunity gets over one, but not past the other. Larry will come up clutch for the save as Merticle is going to put this one down in the final second. We'll take off the clock, and the ball will hit the dirt to make it hurt for Johnstown. The Indiana Warhawks will take game number 5.
Man, oh man, it's getting interesting. 3-2 now for the Steel. Still have a series lead, but the Warhawks slowly creeping up, slowly making things happen, and it was the Larry show. That last game, clearly he's feeling himself. 2 out of 3 on the goals there, so the efficiency is there. Antonio being a great second man as well, just in case things go astray. And for the Steel, what do they have to change? Because it was working up until this point, and something has clicked for the Warhawks, whether it's been limiting the space that Steel has or going for more aggressive plays towards mid. What do you think the Steel need to do to counteract some of this aggression?
Honestly, what you really need to do, again, like we mentioned earlier, is just a little bit more communication, because we did see 1 or 2 mistakes, maybe 1 or 2 more double commits that we would like to see, and the Indiana Warhawks were able to pick up on that, and they were able to punish very quickly. They were able to turn their defense into offense, and then once they were able to get that 2-goal cushion, they did not give it up. They kept Johnstown inside their own half by constantly taking shot after shot after shot. And like you even mentioned during that game, they brought the demos and they brought the fireworks. So now I think it's time for the Steel to return the favor as we get ready to head into game number 6. Once again, it is match point for the Steel. If they win here, they will win it all. And Camel, take it away.
Let's see what the Steel can do. Let's see if they can bring back some of this momentum that they were so used to seeing. That's going to be Antonio giving it up towards Larry, and Combat Angel sends that back the other way, but Cheese out in front sends this one back the other way. But Combat Angel so quick to get to these positions up top, and for the time being, Timmy gonna lead this one over, but Larry extending, saving, and keeping this one away from any difficult positions that the Warhawks could have dealt with. And for the time being, Indiana stave off another aggressive scenario that Johnstown put themselves in.
Yep, now it looks like it might be the Warhawks' turn as Cheese is going to be back to get a return volley, sending this one over to Combat Angel, who will send this one up high to Larry. Larry, as we know, very dangerous in the air and on the side, coming out of the corner, will find the waterfall, but a good clear coming from Timmy off of the back wall is going to stave away the danger, if only for just a little while.
And this first goal is going to be so crucial. Whoever finds that first bit of momentum will be massive. That Timmy whiff could result in something special. Antonio going to make it difficult there for Timmy to get back towards defense. And the aggression, the demo is becoming more of a factor for both these teams. Timmy pops this one to himself, and it's just going to work right in favor of the Warhawks, who continue this aggression unmatched here in terms of their boost power. Nobody can deal with Antonio right now, shredding through this Steel lineup, and it's going to be Larry using that space to his advantage, leaving this one towards the corners for the time being. It will just trickle around in this corner pocket. And for the Steel, this is something they're not used to, being stuck in their own half.
I gotta say, as spectators and of course viewers in the chat, this is something that we're not used to either. Of course, going for the 2 series that we have seen unfold today, and that's 2 solid minutes of play with not a single goal being scored. But Antonio was trying to rectify that, but was able to run into Combat Angel, who was able to get that save to clear it away, and now back down into Warhawks territory it goes, as finally they will find a breakout, only to find Combat Angel again, who will pick up yet another save, and now a passing opportunity will come out as Combat is going to look to get the pass play, as Mernicle will play that midfield, but not much having there. Now we have officially reached halftime, and the scoreline remains 0-0.
These teams realizing how important this game is. The mistakes have been limited. Nobody wants to be that player to make that blunder. It's going to be Cheese. Look for the double tap, and he goes wide. That could have been the moment that the sub was looking for to make some noise here. Larry, with the boost he's got, along with Antonio, pressing on and moving forward with this Warhawk offense. It's going to be Mert attacking Larry. Back over to Cheese. Off the backboard it goes. Combat Angel ricochets it down. Antonio continuing this aggression, but there's the demo we've once again been wanting to see from both teams, and Steel brings it out here.
Yep, and honestly, that was a very clutch demolition too, because it broke the rotation of the Warhawks offense, and literally the Steel had their backs against the wall, and they needed that in order to break out of their own half, as once again they find themselves on the defensive end of the stick, as now with 1:30 left on the clock, the Warhawks will get a turn of defense, and Combat Angel picking up that demo on Cheese.
Oh!
Leave their net wide open, pushed up just a little too far, and the Warhawks come through with the punish with a 1-goal lead.
Wow, and we know that the Steel, their tendency is playing up as three. It's very difficult to get back on defense when those passes are just boomed out of the Warhawk defense, and we see it there. The Steel are flustered, and it will be an unfortunate turn of events for them, and now the Warhawks in a great advantageous situation, looking to send this one into a Game 7 have. The 1-goal lead in that game was back and forth the whole way through. So much time was burned off the clock, and I only have a minute to get things done. And Cheese looking to make it happen. He finds the second goal there. The sub coming up big when it matters most. 1 minute and 3 seconds, and the road to get back into this game for Johnstown just got a whole lot more difficult.
Yep, Cheese might as well change his name to Jalapeno Cheddar, because that was one spicy touch, putting that one into the back of the net, giving their team the cushion that they need to solidify this victory here in game number 6, possibly sending us into a game number 7, but the game is not over yet. Still 50 seconds to go, and still plenty of time for the Johnstown Steel to try and equalize.
It's been so difficult. Now Larry reaching into his bag of tricks there. A nifty option, gives it over to Cheese. Not going to result in much though, and just more time buying, more wasting of this oh so precious clock for the Steel. And 30 seconds, Larry going to attack Combat Angel head on, gifted over to Antonio in 23 seconds. It's going to have to be a goal every 10 seconds here for the Steel. This is a chance for Timmy, off of the pass, and Larry says no! And he shuts that down, and that was the moment that Steel needed, and Larry comes up big when it matters most.
Yep, and just like that, I think it's safe to say that game number 6 is going to go in the way of the Warhawks, and very well played, as they are going to take a goal for the road and just pad the stats. Let's make it 3-0.
Here it is. Do or die now for both of these teams. We're at a 3-1 situation, and the Warhawks, I know they're from Indiana, but Cleveland's right down the road. Might as well just give us the 3-1 comeback. Let's see if they can complete it. We'll see what happens. The Steel had everything going their way, and slowly but surely, that's okay. Everything just fell apart. You can see the shot totals again, just everything favoring Indiana.
Absolutely. This was classic Rocket League. Now, this one didn't surprise me at all, just because the way that we're looking at it, once again, we're seeing the shot count in favor of the winning team with 12 shots for Indiana and then only 4 for Johnstown. But with that being said, look at the saves. You had 5 saves for Combat Angel alone, which tells me that they took Combat Angel completely out of offense. They kept them in the net, and they kept them within their own half, making it to where they can play virtually 0 offense, and that led to 0 goals. But I want to give another huge shout out to Larry, well-deserved MVP, coming up with 1 goal and 2 assists and 2 saves with 100% goal participation. Absolutely tremendous performance coming out from Larry, and if they keep playing like that and they carry that into game number 7, we could very well look at an Indiana Warhawk upset.
In game 7s, this is where your best player shines. This is where communication is oh so imperative. It's going to be Larry. It's going to be Combat Angel. Along with Timmy, who's looking to go coast to coast and slam this one home. And in Game 7, he takes matters into his own hands and finds the first goal of Game 7.
Yep, Timmy reminding us all why we all love the Octane so much with an impressive air dribble going all the way from midfield into the back of the net, getting a 1-goal early lead with only 7 seconds gone.
That is a dream start for the Steel, especially considering the momentum has got to be in the morale as well. Not in your favor after being up 3-1 and now in a position where you could end up losing a demo trade. It's going to favor Timmy as he sneaks his way forward. Combat Angel gets the assist and the credit there. And the ball movement, the synergy, poetry, and motion for Timmy, an assassin as he moves his way forward.
Yeah, that very well could have been saved had Timmy not been there to dunk on top of that ball and send it into the back of the net, so no hard feelings there. And still, Combat Angel will get the credit for the assist, as now it will be the Johnstown Steel with a 2-0 lead and 2 goals scored in a matter of 30 seconds.
The Warhawks have to slow things down. You gotta not give this much room to the Steel. This is what made it so difficult. Once again, Timmy looking to keep up this aggression as Antonio trying to bolster this defense. Here comes Mert, who's been fairly quiet. It's really just been the Timmy show for the time being, as the first 2 goals have gone his way. This ball floats up top, back down to Combat Angel. Will send this one inside, back over to Mert. The ball movement there is good, but not good enough as the Warhawks finally snuff out this aggression and burn the flame early on. They need to get something going, and Mert almost scores it himself. Oh my word.
Yep, now Larry trying to show off a little mechanics of their own, but Combat Angel is there to hit that one right back down. And now once again, a 50-50 will be won by Cheese, but Combat Angel is there for the backup. And then sending this one out into the side is Antonio. Is now Murtico, is looking for the Phillip reset, nearly got it, but couldn't get the second touch. But nothing lost there. It's still 2-0 in Johnstown's favor.
Back from the top, Larry's up there in front. Now Cheese. He'll roll this one down over to Larry. It's a straight shot, and Timmy's got all day to find it. Larry, though, gets the demo. It allows Antonio enough space to find the shot. Biting aggression there from the Warhawks. It finally overflows. Anyway, a tornado whipping shot there from Antonio. He finds this lead now cut in half, 2-1. Still in favor of the Steel, though. We'll see if that communication starts to go awry if things go south.
Well, you see it here, folks. We have ourselves a ball game once again within scoring distance. Murtico is going to put this one into the back of the net, and there we see it. Those demo plays that we've been waiting to see. Timmy putting on an absolute demolition derby, taking out not 1, but 2 defenders, leaving a wide open net for Murtico to come in and get themselves yet again a 2-goal cushion.
Timmy just makes things easy for his teammates here as he'll try to concuss this Warhawk defense and just really stun them on all fronts as Larry tries to answer back, gets the double touch there, and finding the most narrow angles. An acute opportunity for Larry, but he takes full advantage and just the timing.
And honestly, just a fantastic play, as now the Warhawks are within 1 from equalizing just under 3 minutes to go. Still plenty of time for either team, but I gotta say, Camel, I am loving this game number 7 here in the grand finals, because so far this is the highest scoring game that we have had all night. 5 total goals. Now make it 6, and we haven't even reached halftime yet.
I mean, we just mentioned it, the communication isn't going to go south if things go awry, and the double commit, you mentioned it, you have to start punishing it, and the Warhawks do just that. 3-3 here, tying things up after being down 2-0 in the first 30 seconds of play. What a comeback, but you gotta finish. 2:40 left on the clock, and we've seen Timmy turn it into a higher gear immediately, instantaneously, as Larry trying to do some wonders of his own. He's been the hot hand for this team. Cheese as well as found some strides. But for the time being, this ball will stunt towards mid. Now it sends its way over towards the corner. It's Larry giving it back over to Antonio. The 2-man game is phenomenal, and Antonio adding on to this advantage and giving the lead back over to the Warhawks.
Yep, the dynamic duo. Once again, Larry coming out of the corner to find Antonio right there and waiting in the midfield oh so patiently to take the lead away from Johnstown. Previously had 2 goals in their favor, and just like that, the Warhawks have been able to score 3 unanswered goals against Johnstown.
It's getting so difficult for the Steel now. They need to find some sort of avenue, some sort of pathway here to success. Is it going to be Mert? He sends it down, and he finds the back of the net. And it's oh so prevalent, this sidewall play, as Timmy sets it up and Mert finishes.
Yeah, we don't like to see an uneven scoreline for very long here in game number 7. Anytime one team takes the lead, the opposition will come and set things right. 4-4 scoreline, only 2 minutes left to go. Still anybody's ball game as the long banger from all the way downtown. Larry will find the back of the net, and with only 5 seconds gone, they will once again take the lead.
I mean, just game 7, everyone's got aimbot. Just got to get ready for it, because clearly everyone is hitting their shots. 9 goals already, still have 2 minutes to play. Let's see if we head into double digits or if this stays the same. If the defense holds up, combat, a rifle of a shot, a beamer, and Larry somehow saves that one. Ricochets twice, 3 times, who the hell knows, but regardless, it will not result in a goal. And now, Mert, continuing this aggression, leaves that towards the corner. It's Cheese out in front, a demo from Combat Angel. It gives space, but Larry is there at the most crucial time, and those demos now have become much more difficult for the Warhawks to deal with.
You can tell they're trying their absolute hardest right now. I'm not even playing the game, and yet my hands are sweating. I can only imagine what the palms are doing on these controllers as they are now approaching 1:15 with, again, just a 1-goal deficit between these 2 teams, as Timmy is going to send this one out and towards the mid, but no one to answer the pass. Antonio is going to be sending this one up towards the midfield. Now going back down for Combat Angel, as a banger coming from Cheese is going to send this one into the Steel territory, but Murticle is there to send that one up and high and away from the danger. Is now Antonio is going to be able to get the touch out the corner, but finally Murticle will give their team a little bit of breathing room as Timmy will put a shot on target, only to have Cheese save it and clear it away.
It's the super sub, the defensive-oriented Cheese, once again saving the Warhawks. But can he do it here? Combat Angel leaves it out, and Antonio sends that one towards the sky, towards the rafters. As 25 seconds here, Johnstown teetering, trying to make something happen with 20 seconds to go. It's going to be off the backboard. Larry is there, though. Imperative he finds that pass. He's going to look to go coast to coast. It's going to be the redirect off the backboard. And Antonio demoed out of the play. More time being burned off the clock for Johnstown. They have one more chance of this. And a touch there from Larry might solidify things. Combat Angel going to send this one down. 2 seconds to go. Timmy leaves it. And it will touch. And it's Cheese eloquently sending that one down and giving the Warhawks the edge in this game 7. Coming back from a 3-1 deficit and completely mesmerizing everyone that watched the stream tonight. Oh my word, what a comeback.
Absolutely, 100%. And again, Larry being absolutely detrimental to their team, getting a playmaker medal, which is my favorite, getting 3 assists on the board as well as 2 goals and 2 saves. Larry, once again, with 100% goal participation for the 3rd time tonight. A well-deserved MVP. And honestly, Camel, my pick for MVP. How about you?
Yeah, I mean, he was just insane. He was nuts. I mean, we talked about this throughout the series, and Larry was the one stepping up in big ways for me. And I mean, you know, I got also credit to Cheese, you know, who stepped up after being subbed in. I believe it was game 3 or 4, and just seamlessly smooth right on in. And you know, it was a more defensive-oriented player that they ended up getting, and it worked perfectly with Antonio and Larry being that dynamic duo. So great stuff for the Warhawks and great stuff to Larry.
Absolutely. Well, there you have it. That will be your grand finals champions for the Indiana Warhawks. But still, kudos, of course, coming out from the Johnstown Steel, putting up one heck of a performance, making us go all the way to game number 7. Definitely making it difficult for the Warhawks to take the dub there. So kudos all around, and congratulations to both teams for making this far. But with that being said, we are just about done here for the Division 1 Grand Finals at the Esport Company. But with that being said, we got some more action coming your way very soon. Tomorrow, starting at 6 p.m. EST, the League of Legends Grand Finals for Division 1 and Division 2 will take place. And also, don't forget to keep up with everything that is the Esports Company by following them on all your socials, be it Twitter, Facebook, and everything else. And also, don't forget, you can follow me too, Captain at Soka on Twitter and on Facebook. And Camel, where can we find you at?
At Caster Camel. Very simple stuff. But yeah, it was a pleasure at Soka to cast for you first time, and it was always a pleasure, and hopefully get to do more soon.
Absolutely, and I look forward to it. But for all of us here at the Esport Company, that is going to wrap things up for tonight. So thank you everyone for coming out, and I hope you enjoyed watching as much as we enjoyed bringing it to you. Thank you to everybody in production, and I hope everyone has a great night.
I'm just going with the gut. Never had a doubt, felt like this is just a must. Put me in perspective, I'm the deepest in the cut. Everybody tuning in, but this is just for us now. I tried to fight alone. 'Cause sometimes we just don't know that we can do anything together if we just try. And as long as we have our backs whenever our foes come by. This time we will win. This time we'll have to join forces. This time we will win. This time we'll have to join forces.